I love Call of Duty. Call of Duty is life for me. It really is. You know, that's like the phrase. COD is life. You know, I love Call of Duty, and that's why I get so mad about the situation that Call of Duty and especially like the Call of Duty League, like the competitive Call of Duty League, the horrible state that it's in right now. Because I love it so much, and I hate seeing it where it's at. It really bugs me and it pisses me off to see like how it is with how bad the game is, and it all starts with that. I'm trying to find this like right now, like with how Call of Duty is right now, it's just so bad. Like I'm sorry, like Vanguard is not good as of right now. If I by the way, if you go to my socials, I already posted it in the chat. You'll see it like right there. I already posted it, a video on my YouTube channel about a Call of Duty tier list. Now this was after Cold War and right before Vanguard I did it. It's like, you know, it's too early. Like when I did it at the time, like October, like Vanguard wasn't out yet. And plus, I always want to give the game at least like 2 3 months before I really give a huge opinion on it. And I wait for like a couple updates because you know every year Call of Duty has that same situation where like, oh, the game's not that great. Oh, they should fix this, buff this, nerf that, and then they eventually do it. But like, that's why I want to give it over time. Like, you can't say this is the worst Call of Duty of all time after like one day. You know, like it might be at that time, but like you got to give it some time before you really give it an opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a movie. You can't just go. You know, a video game is like not like a movie. Like you can go see a movie once and say, "Man, Spider-Man 10 out of 10," which it was by the way, 100%. Spider-Man was 10 out of 10. One of the best Marvel movies ever. If I did a Marvel tier list, it'd be like a top 3, top 5 for sure. Might even be higher. But with Call of Duty, for example, like you gotta play it a lot, and you have to for me at least, I personally give it probably a little bit more time than I should, but I like to give like 2 3 months before I actually say something. But like as of right now, I would put Vanguard like D tier, low C tier, D tier, like bottom 5, bottom 3 Call of Duty of all time. And that's just sad to say because I usually wait to the end of January before I give that opinion, and we're now January 6th. And I've had this opinion in my head since like the end of December. I'm like, man, this game is just it's terrible. Like they really need to stop making Call of Duties every year. I feel like that's a huge problem. But I understand that Activision wants them to milk this for as much as possible and make a new game every year because they're gonna make millions and billions despite what I might say or what anyone might say or tweet about. They're gonna keep doing it because why wouldn't they? You know, the model has been working for 15 years every year, and you have you have the game working, and it's just fuck it. We're making billions of dollars, and then with microtransactions and all the stuff that we put in the game, eventually we're gonna make billions of more dollars. Who gives a shit? But that's just a shitty mentality to have. Like, have some effort, have some pride in the content you're bringing out to the people who are gonna spend the money, because you never know, they might spend more money. And like, they really just don't give a shit about the competitive community at all. They just don't. Or they say they do, or they seem like they do, but they don't. And that's just not Activision. That's all three of the developers. I'm not talking Warzone. I'm not talking Raven. You know, with that, like, that can I don't care about that, to be honest. I don't give a shit about Warzone. So like, but even there, like even that game right now in its current state's also bad. Like people are bitching about like every aspect of COD right now. The multiplayer community hates the game. The zombie community hates how zombies is right now. The competitive community hates how the game is right now. And Warzone community hates the new map, and they hate the airplanes, and they hate the all the glitches and bugs in there. And console has no FOV slider still after like 3 million years. And we had just now Krampus running around and elves running around in the game, both in Warzone and in multiplayer, like killing people Why? I don't know, because they're just stupid. Even though they said that this game is supposed to be realistic and set in the time frame. I don't remember back in the day, my grandfather in World War II fucking running around with a glowing blue MP40 being chased by a fucking demon with horns and shit. So, fuck you and that fucking realistic thing. Call of Duty doesn't need to be realistic. And that's why I feel like that's why I love Treyarch the most, because they do have the goofy arcadey, like it is supposed to be an arcade shooter. You know, it's a first person shooter. It shouldn't be realistic. It shouldn't be like a real sim, you know, like a realistic simulator. I shouldn't have to be immersed. I don't want to be immersed into it. Like all these options they have nowadays in the game, like world blur, motion blur, gun bob blur, depth of field blur, all these options, I turn them all off because I don't want to be immersed into the game. I just want to fucking go out there, play the game, and fucking shoot people and win because I like to win. Because I'm one of those try hard, sweaty people, even though the whole point of the game is to fucking win anyway, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense to have that mentality of, I just get on and drink a beer with my friends and we play a couple games. Like, okay, but you don't want to win? You just want to play and just that's it. Like that's a stupid mentality. Like, I want to play to learn. I want to play to get better. I want to play to win because the whole point of the fucking game is to win, right? Team deathmatch. There's a score, a time limit, a score limit. Win, lose, draw. So that's just a stupid mentality. But back to the game itself. Like I'm just gonna talk about multiplayer for a second. Like I'll give them credit that they have a lot of maps in the game compared to last year even because like Cold War it came out there was like 8 maps and then eventually it was like by the start of season 1 there was 11 maps because then you had Nuketown and then Raid and then I forgot the other map was it Apocalypse? I don't remember. I think it was Apocalypse. They came out season 1 like boom 2 new maps like one classic map one new map. And then, like right before season 1, they came out with Shipment. Yeah, because that's how it is, or not Shipment, Raid or Nuketown, and that's how it is in this game. This game had 16 maps on release. Well, again, double the maps. Give them credit for that. Good job making making. No, they're not good maps. I'm like making more content off the rip. And then eventually we had 3 other maps just like that. Like that seems to be the model now. Like before season 1, they'll drop that remake chaotic crazy map like the Nuketown, the like in this case Shipment, bring it back. And then season 1 came out and we have a new map and a remake map. In this case it was Modern Warfare 3 Dome, reimagined as Radar. Even though it's kind of like reimagined, it's not the same. I wish it was just the same like they did last year where it was just they didn't touch it. And that's another that's an issue in its own right. But you make all these maps and like there's only like 3 of them I enjoy playing on. Like I don't like the destructible walls. I don't like the doors. I don't like the windows, opening and closing them and shooting through them and making like little lines of sight holes. It's just bad. Like the game is just bad in terms of map design. I don't understand why they thought that was a good idea. People bitched about it in Modern Warfare, but yet they brought it back and then amped it up because they always want to do that. They want to reinvent the wheel. They want to reinvent the wheel, spin the wheel every fucking year, and that's why there's never a consistently good Call of Duty because they keep fucking making it different every year. You know, that's why they need to stop making one every year. So you have bad map designs. There wasn't a lot of game modes when it came out. The competitive league right now is trying to play Control as the third game mode. Doesn't even work perfectly because like it doesn't even fucking work. Like there's no respawn timer. The spawn like squad spawns, that's a problem. You got squad spawns, so you're spying on people. Like doesn't even fucking work right now. And the league, by the way, the league starts in like about 3 weeks with the kickoff classic in like about 3 weeks. So you have 3 weeks to figure that out. And then like there's no ranked play. This game, I don't understand how you have one developer that doesn't give a shit about competitive Infinity Ward. I'm gonna call them on their bullshit. They don't give a shit. They've already said that they don't care. Esports isn't fun and all that shit. You have one developer that doesn't give a shit. You got one developer that does kind of care, Treyarch, and then you have Sledgehammer's kind of in between because like I feel like they care sometimes, but then they don't. They said, I wish this is why I wanted to find the tweet because this was back in October. They were like, "Yo, should we tell them?" And they were like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Yo, coming soon." This is before the game even came out, like October. It was the end of October. It was coming soon, ranked, you know, showing off ratings, skill divisions, ranked play, like actual ranked play, not some bullshit league play that we had last year, like actual like real ranked play stuff. And I'm sitting here like, all right, cool. That's cool. They gave us a teaser. That was in October. That was before the game came out. We're now in January 6th. We're about halfway through the first season of the game, like in the battle pass, and still not out yet. And you're like sitting here like what the fuck are you guys doing? Like this is what I would do. If I was head of Activision or head of the developer team or whatever, if I had complete control of how the game should be for ranked play at least, like I'll just use this as like it should either A come out day 1. What you do is a month before the game comes out, you fly out the pros or you give pro because now with COVID maybe not fly them out, but like give I don't know 8 to 16 of the pros out there early access to the game, like an early copy. Let them play the game out the box, and you guys figure out a rule set, and you guys figure out what maps and stuff to play, what map should be in the ranked playlist or the competitive whatever. And then day 1, game comes out, ranked play day 1. Or do the same thing, but just don't give the early access and have ranked play come out December 1st. Like have it start December, like season 1, December 1st. Also, just throwing this out there, this is just my opinion. Since you have these battle pass seasons going on for like 60, 70 days, that's how long this season should be for ranked play. Have it match. Have ranked play matched with the ranked play, with the battle pass. Like season 1 of ranked play is December 1st to, whatever, February 1st or whatever. Like I don't know when like the actual season starts and ends in the battle pass, but like have it linked with it. And then again, like that first month of the game, November till December 1st, you have the pros can run and figure out the playlist and figure out like what should be banned, not banned, and like have ranked already in the game, but like don't have it unlocked until December 1st, and then boom, December 1st, season 1 starts. Because there's no reason that ranked play is not in the game because this whether they like it or not, Call of Duty is a competitive game. It's an esport. It's a pretty popular esport. It's not super popular at the moment, but like it's pretty popular, I would say. But none of the pros want to fucking stream the game because it's not that good, and there's nothing to stream. Like you can't. Like this game is not fun for pubs. You can't you can only stream it for like a couple hours, and then you're like, I gotta get off. Like most of the stream, like, and they don't want to stream their scrims, which I totally get. I'm okay with them not streaming their scrims because you don't want to give away strategies, blah blah blah. Totally understand that, but give them something to stream. You don't want to stream 8s all night because that's just fucking boring after like 2 series, like a series or 2. I guarantee you, if ranked play came out day 1 or like the first month, like December 1st, Scump, Dashy, I know like Arcides because he liked playing League play last year, Celium, Abizi, all these like top tier pros would be streaming ranked play all night. Like they would get on early, scrim, off stream, and then turn on the stream afterwards and play ranked play just to have something to do. Because that would just be better. That would just be better for everyone. That means more viewerships. That means more eyes on the game. Maybe people more buying the game, which means more money for all of you guys, whether it be the league, the pros, Activision obviously will get a big chunk of that too. I just don't understand like that logic to just not have it day one or month one. Makes no fucking sense at all. Because it should just be there. I just don't get how like 1 year we get it, 1 year we don't, 1 year we get it, 1 year we don't. Like it should be made, the coding should be shared amongst all three devs, and it should be in every single game. If you're gonna do every single year, it should be in every single game because those give extra eyes on the product and maybe get extra eyes on the league, which means more potential buyers, investors in the league, healthy league, more money for everyone, the pros, maybe have more teams come up, which we're going to get into that next. I'm going to talk about the league next. But the game's just in a bad state. The game itself is just in a bad state. So it's not fun. Like I said, there's nothing to do on it. Like you're just playing pubs and it's just not fun at all. All right, I'm going to eat another nugget. Take another drink before I get into the next topic. All right. So, Call of Duty League. Talk about that for the next few minutes. Its current state is also in a mess because a lot of reasons. Now, I'll give them one credit. They already stepped back on one thing already with this format this year, and they are going to allow all 12 teams at the four majors. That's fine, whatever. Good job for backtracking a stupid decision in the first place. It should have been like that, like it was last year. Like last year's model wasn't that bad, and it wasn't that big of a deal. You know, I thought it was better than what people were saying it was. I don't mind it. Like, two groups of six play each other once, and then that helps get your seeding for like that major that comes up. So you have like a couple weeks of playing, like pool play matches, kind of, and you go to the major, and it's just a double elimination bracket. All 12 teams are there. The top three teams of each group are, in the winners bracket. The bottom or the top four or whatever, and the bottom two or whatever are in the losers bracket, and you start from there. Not a big deal. However, again, if I'm in control of everything, if I'm in charge of everything, I would go back to the 2013, 2014, 2015 MLG format. Even the CWL like had this format as well, like kind of sorta, where it is a mixture. It is like a pro am. It is a mixture. So like the 12 league teams, yes, the 12 league teams will only have like they should be guaranteed every single major the pool play start. Like you start in pool play, and then you bring in like an open bracket challengers team, like teams, like they play like in an open bracket like the day before or whatever, at a LAN event, of course. The top four teams of the challengers open format goes into pool play with the pro teams because you never know, like that, like I do kind of miss that where it's like, man, did you hear about that team? Like these fucking kids, they just shit on Seattle or whatever, or back in the day, obviously the franchises didn't exist, but like you guys get what I'm saying though. Like, man, what like Stunner? Like who the fuck is Team Heretics or who the fuck is Midnight? Who is Envoy? Like that's how we found out who Envoy was back in like a couple of years ago, like in 2019, 2018 or whatever. Like who's Midnight Esports? Who the fuck is Envoy? Why is he shitting on people? Wait, what? They just beat two pro teams and they're in the league now. They qualified for the league. What? That's crazy. Heretic, same thing. Like this, South American team out of nowhere qualified for the league, qualified and did good at these tournaments all the time because they had an opportunity to. Now it's like the league is the league and the challengers are the challengers. And I get it because they're trying to be like a sports model. Like obviously there's no like in basketball there's no G League teams coming to play the Lakers one night. Like and I get that. I get what they're trying to do, but like it just doesn't work in Call of Duty. It doesn't work in esports. It's okay to have the mixture. Look how successful Halo was at Rally having this format, which Call of Duty had years ago. Because again, changing the stuff, trying to reinvent the wheel, change how stuff works, makes no sense to change it. Yet they are, and it's not good. And so it's like you have these, like I said, 12 league teams. They're always in pool play. Have like 5 majors a year. You can have like mid-season playoffs where it's only the 12 league teams because they'll get pro points throughout the year from playing matches with each other. Maybe just have a distribution system where it's like, okay, so you have 16 team bracket, like I said, 12 CDL, 4 challenger. They play pool play, whatever, 4 groups of 4. The top whatever goes in the bracket. The bottom ones go like the top 4 or top 3 of each. What goes in the top bracket? The bottom 4 go in the losers bracket. Or all 16 teams start in the bracket, whatever. Double elimination. The top, like the top 8 pro teams, like have a point distribution, but only for like the pro teams. Like the top 8 highest placing pro teams, they get CDL points towards the playoffs at the end of the year, or towards like a mid-season. Do like a mid-season like thing, and then do your playoffs, which is like your world championship at the end of the year. And then the challenger, same thing. Like the top, all 4 of the challenger teams who make it into pool play, maybe like the top 3 get challenger points for the next LAN event because that helps determine seeds, and like the bottom 1 doesn't get anything or something like that. Or maybe all 4 of them get something, but you just don't get as much, like 10, 20, 30, 40 or something like that. Like some shit like that. Some point distribution amongst them to help the challengers out, and then you help the pro teams out in this case. And there you go. Like I don't get why that's so hard to just go back to that format. I think the MLG, whatever you want to call it, the MLG format, the CWL format, whatever, is just better than what they have right now. And like I said before, with the league, the third game doesn't even work, and that's another problem. Like apparently they're working on it, but I mean, I know they just came back from their break, their Christmas break, and New Year's break or whatever. So they're working on it, but we'll see. I guess Tuesday is the mid-season update. We'll see if they fix anything. I hope they do. If they don't, then I don't know what to tell them because the league starts in a few weeks. League starts in a few weeks. I don't even know what to do. Yeah, Call of Duty, man. Like, I love it, but man, it's such in a bad state right now. It's just bad. Like, it's just bad because like you have so many pros just leaving to go play fucking Warzone because they're gonna make more money streaming Warzone and playing like these like little Warzone tournaments than they are playing in the challenger scene because the challenger scene's just like shit and like no one cares. They just don't care, so it's like whatever. Or they go hop on Halo because Halo's just better right now.